Okay, now.
That was a great opener.
What was
original?
I was trying to think of a joke. Someone said that was a similar thing where it's like you combine two phrases, but I forget.
Well, there was the.
Oh no, it wasn't that. It was someone was saying I was at the checkout counter at CVS and I thought they were going to ask me to join the rewards program.
Oh.
But and so I like prepared what I was going to say, but then what they actually said was "Have a nice day," and so they just went, "Have a nice day." Not today, thanks. It's just like I can imagine saying that.
That's actually a great response to that. Just
Have a nice day.
make people feel super uncomfortable. Not today, thanks.
Not over my dead body. All right, so what did we do? This is the one we played last time. So this is the next one. You missed this one. Sorry. That was because this is like a way
anthology,
flashback.
huh?
What?
I remember you saying.
Yes, we did the painter guy.
Yeah, I remember you.
Because I remember I played this
Parts
first because I wasn't sure that this was going to be a game to play on recording because this was like years ago. And then I was like, oh, this is actually pretty good. So then we do this one, and so now we're on this one. I guess we could go back and do this one, but I know what's going to happen now.
We don't need to. It's fine.
Because we commented about how the fact that we're both musicians, so we would have had better commentary about this. I actually have started painting since we did this episode, so I could have commented more on this.
You say starting.
I haven't done it back then.
Yeah, but it's good. Like, your painting now is actually quite skillful. It's not like you're a novice at it. You're...
I think you can be good and still be a novice.
Well, sure.
From what I understand of it, this is about a mathematician woman. So...
This would be right up your Jaxie and nowhere near mine.
Well, I wondered that, actually. Hang on, I'm not paying it. Hey, it's Vienna again. Actually, now that I think about it, I think all of these are...
I said nowhere near mine. I am very...
Well, I had this...
I am very geometric, but outside of that...
I was going to get to that, actually. Do you reckon all of these men are just staggering drunk? Either that or there's a boogie.
They're holding each other up.
Or there's some kind of a boogie playing in the background that we can't hear.
Fever.
Sunday night fever.
I gotta put on my
But see, it's not like a normal like shifting of weight. It's full on like they're going full on smooth criminal on us here. Or it's like they're trying to get the.
Oh no, that was all of them together. It can't.
Well, maybe they are drunk. The words are acting drunk. Okay.
I think
we're right. Where's you? Just had a fight. Where were you? Oh, well, okay, so we were right. That's excellent pixel animation then, because we got it before it even happened.
I hear my train calling.
Okay. Is this how drunk people interact? Because I don't think it is.
We're supposed to be hours before we were going to be picked up.
Seeing our friend Theodore off. So math.
So math. No, actually, I was going to go a completely different direction, but sure. We can talk about that. Speaking of being drunk, I did something weird today.
Do you want to confess this on air?
Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, okay, I don't know what you're going for.
Part of my job, I do like marking for streets and stuff like that.
I'm paranoid that I'm not recording properly, and so I don't know why I'm paranoid. You're not seeing all of the checking I'm doing.
It's because of the fact that they're drunk, so you're starting to, by osmosis, be like, I must have not done something right.
Well, you never know.
But part of my job is marking streets with paint.
And you drew a big wiener.
No, nothing that juvenile. Well, it was kind of like juvenile, but no. There was a little path that diverted off to the underside of a bridge, and I went ahead and just had myself a quick tag.
Well, okay. Do you want to? So again, are you sure you want to admit this?
It's like
it's odd, actually. I recently saw.
It's like I might as well.
A bunch of videos that were like explaining all of the unknown, or not unknown, but like the sort of secret elements of tagging culture, and I was like, I guess there's far more to it than I had originally thought. But
See, when I was in high school, though, I had this weird, like... Because somebody had taught...
Wiener.
No. Someone had taught me how to actually do some of the script from,
well,
like,
so
tagging
do you have your own name you
So,
should share?
yeah, I do. I'm not going to share it.
Well, no, I won't ever know if I ever see it again.
I'll share it with you off air, but...
I know what mine... Well, no, I actually don't know what mine would be. I thought a lot about it. I was like, oh, maybe I should have a name. Not that I would use it, but just so I should have it. If the opportunity presented itself.
Mine was brilliant because when I was in high school, I used a pencil intentionally because the whole point was it was able to be wiped off. It was really dumb. It was the whole.
I had this notion of how I wasn't breaking the law.
It was, but this one was just with me, so I was just like, well, I'm just abandoning that. So it was a bit ironic in that the name kind of has to do with the fact that it can be removed, and this
pencil lead.
It's not. No, it's not that. But anyway, I actually have like a proper like tagging script. Like it's not just like a S. it's like a proper, actually well done thing. But I just had me a quick one and then just kept on marking the street like I was supposed to.
Well, okay then.
It was an odd moment of fleeting rebellion. I don't know what was in me, honestly. I was drunk with these three.
Okay. That's another thing to admit. Well, I was drunk at work.
No, I'm not. I wasn't serious.
Well, you want to clarify?
I'm clarifying I wasn't serious.
All right, this guy's being a misogynist because he doesn't believe we're a mathematician because we're a woman. And I don't know when this game is set, but
You don't believe I'm a mathematician? Look at my eyebrows.
I just can't help but feel...
That her eyebrows need trimming?
Oh dear.
Look at the
no thank you.
bat wings on that woman.
Well, everyone's got them. It's pixel art.
Yeah, but no. She's got
because I don't know if this, I mean, like, there were female mathematicians even in the 1800s. So I thought this game was like early 1900s maybe, but I could be wrong.
Oh.
Oh, that's a woman too. So why is he just being a jerk to me?
Apparently he's just a twit.
He's just a jerk. It's just in his nature. Oh my, that is a beard that guy's got. Watch as he strokes it.
Waiter. Oh, I thought he was one of the waiters.
Oh, he's not. I thought he was about to do it. So look at that. That's some great animation too. It flows in the right way. Can I?
Oh, never mind. Just looking for. I was staring at your butt. Well, I can't stop staring at your butt.
Okay. Huh? Door with a K, door with a circle, door with a peculiar sign.
I like
Given that we're here for the mathematic group called the Radius, I'm going to guess it's this. And they're probably not going to let me in because they're going to all be misogynists. I don't know how accurate this representation of history is.
No one will talk about this woman.
See, here's the funny thing, is that postmodernism really isn't prepared for its own analysis of itself.
That's very
Because literally it's like, it's all about, no, don't analyze it off of what it says.
Well,
it's about analyze it off of who benefits from the message it's sharing. And it's like, you don't realize how short-sighted that is because now you're the beneficiaries of postmodernism.
Have you not gone down the postmodernism rabbit hole?
Thing?
Oh, yes.
Is that where the neoconservatives are coming from?
The canoe? What?
Is that where the canoes are coming from? Is that where the true new conservative movement is arising from people questioning the questioning?
Kind of. It's a little bit like, how much farther are we going to get? How many moderns does this guy have?
Rexnizek.
What?
That's apparently our name. We are evidently Polish. See, this is a little-handed, heavy-handed.
A little-handed.
My name is Rexnizek. And he's gonna say, "Get out of here, woman!"
Why?
Shut up, nurse!
And then you don't gotta walk upstairs no more.
What is... Oh, well, he's actually going to play along, it would seem. He ain't going to be a tool. He's walking like a tool, though.
Well,
walking
all
like he's got a
waiters kinda
stick
walk.
way up him. I mean, like way up him.
Yeah, but waiters have to walk that way.
That stick, the Adam's apple, is actually the end of the stick.
It's actually what holds up. That's why they don't drop dishes. They don't drop dishes because they've got sticks up their rear heads. It's the first. That's literally, they don't train the waiters at all. They just first day on the job, just. There must be some mistake.
I can't. See, this is the problem. I don't want to say that like this isn't the way history was, because I know that history was not perfect.
What's with that Fuma over there?
Well, he's hitting the bong real hard.
I guess.
We are mathematicians, except for Greg. He's just here for the booze.
What? Your brains are domestic.
See, it's entirely, I don't know. Because, I mean, this depends on the era in which this happened, but like there have been female mathematicians at fairly early points in history.
I mean, have you seen Hidden Figures?
Well, I'm saying way earlier than that there were female.
But I'm saying even within Hidden Figures, it was a.
And that wasn't so much to do with them being women. That was more
a
about
race
civil
thing.
rights.
Yeah, sure. But I mean,
well, that's quite a top hat. Professor Layton, help me.
It's not a top hat. It's a bowler.
Well, whatever. Professor Layton is. I wanted to make the Professor Layton joke, so I had to say it was a top hat. Who is this? I do have to say, this game does have very lovely pixel art.
It's probably one of my favorite graphically designed
kind
games.
of sepia.
Yeah. Well, it's not just the sepia. They really You and I mentioned this the last time we played this game, that they get so much detail out of just shadow.
Well, and it can afford to be this detailed because the characters are so much larger.
Right, that's
like
true.
In an RPG, you're talking like a guy would be the size of this girl's face, and so the whole body would have to fit.
Right.
Because this is much more visual novel-esque, they can get away with allowing more of this. Wow, schmoll.
But
Okay.
it's a bit of like, if you've ever seen like a good black and white tattoo artist.
Oh, I actually vastly prefer black and white to color
100% for me too.
Because they just color, it just doesn't look natural on human skin. So whenever I see it, I'm just like, that doesn't look. Whereas black and white, it's like, sure, you may argue that's not natural, but it blends better because even as it fades, it looks like what it was. Whereas when colors fade, it's like, what did this used to be?
What do you want from me? I have a friend that actually never really shows his tattoos at all, and the other day just happened to wear a short sleeve and had his tattoo showing, and I was like, that is a lot more loud than I thought you would have. Like, it was a super loud tattoo. And like, it wasn't zany or anything, but the colors were like ka-chow, like right in your face.
Yeah, I don't. So again, I don't have an issue with colored tattoos on their face. I just would never get one. I would have an issue with it on your face. I should clarify.
I was about to say that's an odd thing to say.
All right, derivation.
Post Malone.
It just makes you look away. I mean, that was such a double entendre. I didn't even know it. It was a triple entendre.
I didn't think you picked it up initially.
No,
it just makes you look.
because it makes you look of a type, but it also makes me look away. So my apartment's here. I live in number 16. I don't know. The problem is there is such vested interest in the narrative that women were always this oppressed that I go, now I'm not even certain that I can trust this because you're pushing it so hard. Like, again, if you apply the postmodern notion of analysis, I have to wonder who benefits from this. And the only people who benefit are the activists.
Yeah.
It's like, do I believe things were perfect in the past? Far from it. But do I believe that this level? I don't know. I'm not trying to be controversial. We see sine waves, though.
We kind of are, though.
I mean, I'm certainly not afraid of being controversial, but I don't seek it out.
I'm not afraid. Well, I think people that seek out controversy just simply for the sake of it are actually making less useful and constructive points. It's not like, oh, I'm bold enough to say something stupid. It's like, no, you're just dumb.
Yeah, it certainly doesn't mean that you're right. Well, we can't hear any of this. I'm sure there's some lovely music going on that everyone else is enjoying, but we have to turn the TV down. When are you getting your dumb thing? Okay, I'm actually in control now. I actually have to click on things.
I don't know that my dumb thing, depending on which one I get, is going to allow us to actually.
Well, if we can have the
isolate
mics, if we can have two mics and have them closer and turn the sensitivity down, we could at least have the TV helpful. Up slightly.
I was trying to get one that actually allowed us to isolate headphones.
Well, we don't see. I don't care about that, genuinely, because I have tested, and if we can hear it in the room, the mic will pick it up. So it's like, even if we have the TV down way low, it's going to be picked up. Which means we basically have to have the TV almost muted. I mean, it's explicitly muted, but it basically is. So if we had the mics closer and more sensitive, and like the sensitivity, set the sensitivity down, we would be able to have, it would pick up less room noise. All right, I am finally in control. Blackboard, singing in the dead of night. Who are you? Where's you? Oops, smacked myself in the face with the door.
Mathematicians
It's one of the other people going, I'm not a misogynist, I'm a white knight.
I'm not a misogynist. Can I come in and jump your bones?
I'm a male feminist. Can I rub you?
What? Rub you?
That's
the right way.
From the hospital.
From the hospital? Oh, that's
box from the hospital, and it made me shake. Oh, okay. Good.
Aha, there you are, Gunther.
What does this say? A letter. And it says...
Look, Batman.
That we regret to inform you that your father...
Oh, sad.
Oh, no. Tuberculosis.
A rare form of tuberculosis.
That was a thing that we don't live with anymore, thankfully. It's odd like that. You just be like, yep, you just suddenly die. And they pass peacefully in their sleep. That's nice, at least. Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, this plot is way too predictable.
Well, of course. This was established even in the trailer for this game. It's like she pretends to be a man in order to...
See, I didn't watch the trailer.
Well, okay. I did, and it's obvious. So I don't think that it's even fair to call it a obvious twist, because it's not even trying to be a twist. It's just a trope. Well,
let's get down to business.
Okay, I admit.
To defeat those misogynists.
Okay, so this shaking is not as effective a crying animation as the head bobbing. She's in fits of rage.
Yeah, maybe it's not crying. Maybe she's...
All right. Deep sigh. Need to put his things away, or I could put them on. It's a small box for all of them to be in. Okay. Oh, that was strange. What a way to wake up.
The next morning. I don't think even nightwear back in this day and age, I don't think that they would have been wearing spaghetti straps.
I don't know when this age is said to be, so I can't comment.
Maybe it's the 2000s, who knows?
Well, I doubt that.
It's postmodernism. It's a fight. It's a struggle. It's a war. And there's nothing that anyone's giving.
What? Why do you keep sighing about woman?
Walking about.
Okay, well, she won't let me go outside. I can look at myself in the mirror.
What a vain
I speak to myself. Do you speak to yourself in the mirror? Does anyone do this?
What?
It seems like the kind of trope that was only on TV.
It is.
I don't even hardly look at myself in the mirror much, because I'm like, what am I gonna... Aside from, like, okay, do I look like I'm disheveled? No, okay, I'm leaving then.
Yeah.
What more is there to do?
Yeah.
All right, Veen. Hey! Is this the same map as the other one? Or is this a different area of Vienna?
Yeah, I don't feel.
Because did we make the joke that this is the cathedral and that Valdivino, not what was it called? I'm forgetting its name. Vapiano's was down in this corner. We had a whole thing in the first video about how we used to live in Vienna.
I thought you were trying to remember Wagner. I was like,
why would I?
I don't know.
That's not related, though.
I, for some reason, was like, what?
Die Volksgarten. Oh, I guess so. Some of these are actual places. And that's it. Well, in which case, who knows what's what? Oh. I can move to anywhere in the city, not just the highlighted buildings. Oh, but I can't actually do anything here. Alright, so I can stand outside of Stephansplatz and do nothing. Okay, my apartment, the cafe, work at the library. I guess that's what she said. We talked about all of Vienna stuff in the last one, so I'm not sure we have anything more to add in there.
Nope. Other than it's a great place to visit and live. And
you wouldn't want to live there?
I don't think you're him.
I probably, but
I think there's parts of the culture that are.
I could maybe rather than maybe a step above visit, but a step below live there. So maybe I'd have a summer home.
Huh?
I could have a summer home in Vienna. Maybe, but even then, I'm not sure. Maybe not for like ever. Maybe as a seasonal thing.
Seasonal summer homes.
That seems like it would be obvious in the name, actually. Maybe you have to reverse my approach. Some aspect that's missing. Well, that sometimes helps with
math. It's an underscore.
It could be. No! It's a semicolon. You forgot the semicolon. There's a joke meme of the ideal programmer's keyboard, and it's a normal keyboard with just a massive semicolon button on the side. Because it's exactly how it should be. Oh, the boy assumes I'm a librarian because I'm a woman. That's just statistically accurate, though. Oh, maybe I am a librarian. Oh, okay, so I am a librarian. That's the secret. The game is trying to get me to be misogynist, so it can pull the rug out from women.
See, you're a misogynist too. Postmodern.
She is a librarian. You thought that the trope would be reversed because she's a woman, but it's not.
The trope's on you.
It's Dumbo's magic trope. The trope was in you all along. I don't know why the game suddenly got aggressive. Started talking like Mr. T.
I'm gonna keep.
I pity the trope.
I'm gonna keep my trope on you.
Flint like wood. Small boy swallowed some coins and was taken to the hospital.
What?
Why on earth are we...
What?
Is she telling herself this joke? Where did that joke arise? Am I hallucinating
From her
a joke?
dark sense of humor.
It's not that dark.
It was kind of dark.
Gross more than anything. It's not dark to swallow coins. What?
I have no idea.
This sounds mathematic-y. Speeding train. How if this train leaves at this place from that mile an hour, when will it hit the other train? Excuse me. This is a good... I have no clue. Carl Dorn. Well, I don't know.
Librarians to me don't make a lot of sense.
No, I wonder how they get by in the modern day, because it seems like they've sort of become superfluous. Because like back in the day, they were essentially all of your book-related resources. Where it wasn't just you're the person who mans the checkout counter, but it was actually like you would know the books that I'm looking for.
Is it Sleepless or I think it's
That's about the
not
bookstore.
Sleepless. It's
You've Got Mail.
You've Got Mail.
Here's the weird thing. Are they not the exact same movie?
It's kind of the exact same movie.
The two same leading actors and the same leading plot. I'm like, why did this get made? Because I admit I like You Got Mail more than Sleepless in Seattle. Which seems to be a controversial opinion.
Differently. I agree with you. I think that I would be able to watch You've Got Mail more often, yes.
Because am I not correct in saying it's less melodramatic? I feel like Sleepless in Seattle is a little melodramatic.
It's kind of, well, because the plot is a little more contrived in Sleepless in Seattle. It's like, I'm going to randomly uproot my life and go over there. Like, it's like, that doesn't make sense. Whereas the other's a little bit more like chance meeting.
Highlighting the concept of change. Forest of bookshelves. Leave the library. What's in... Well, thank you. Oh, will it actually tell me? That's interesting. Yeah, back in the day, I can imagine being a librarian would actually be a pretty fun job. Back when
you read whenever you wanted.
Well, not specifically that, but it's like back when that meant more. Because nowadays you're essentially just a kiosk operator. It's like, okay, here, let me scan the book. Bye.
Well, but I was
back in the day, you were actually the source of information.
Yeah, but in the You Got Mail, there's that one scene or whatever where she's in a Fox.
That's a bookstore owner.
But I'm saying she's in a Fox Books and she does the whole like.
Well, yeah,
the person comes in wanting information that the computer literally doesn't have.
Yeah, and that's, of course, what a librarian would actually have had to do. But it was also, like, librarians were also the first Google, where it's like, you would go to them to ask the question, and then they would look in the library, and then they'd give you an answer in, like, a week. That's how it used to be.
I wonder if the librarians back then ever got quippy like Google does.
Well, see,
you can go to hell.
When have you experienced Google being quippy at you?
No, I'm just saying, like, especially with like some of the chat AI
his way down the street. Vavra. What? I don't know how you would pronounce this.
Vavra. I've learned to dance.
Because in German, it would just be Vavra, but that's not a word I'm familiar with. I keep thinking Vavra, Harita Vava. Could have worn this to the market. I should wear that. That guy looks snappy. Why did I come here? Oh, okay, I can go in. I'm
just window shopping.
I wouldn't do for... Really? Why?
Unaccompanied.
Well, who should I be?
Anyway.
Who do you need to be accompanied by? You're a woman mathematician who gets mad at misogyny, but I can't go in here alone. To the market? To the wall.
Wow.
I don't know what we're talking about.
Wow.
All right, and so the Pope makes his way down the street.
Where?
It's me, the little Pope mobile.
Oh.
All right, I'm going to try to bust my way in here again. Yes, madam.
We need to go... Oh. I used the word change. They talked about it enough.
Well, maybe.
Or are they just trying to psychologically...
Well, no, they are, because that led me nowhere. That just leads me to leaving. Actually, I changed my mind again. Well, I doubt anything's going to change, since that seems to be the thing we're talking about, but I'm going to see... Oh, well... Nothing has changed.
They were quite annoyed with you.
See, that's where I can't help but feel like an implicit bias against women, I won't even deny exists in the sense of, like, would you be surprised? It would be perhaps surprising to be like a woman mathematician is a more surprising notion than a male mathematician.
Yeah, but
but that's only out of statistics. Yes,
yeah,
not out of, like, by definition, a woman can't be. Okay, so the cafe disappeared? The cafe was right here. Excuse me. You think I wouldn't notice? This is a very small apartment. Can I go outside this time? So she only sighs whenever I tell her to go outside, so she just apparently won't. Well, time to hit the books. All I'm saying is, if my job was simply to, like, research things and know about books, I could probably have fun with that.
Yeah.
But in the modern context, you're essentially just a retail clerk, and I wouldn't want to do that.
True.
If you don't know how to continue, well, then what should I do? I should put on the men's clothes and go back to the cafe. Drag is the answer. Yeah, I know Dad left my clothes. His clothes. Put them on. Well, I'll stand in the chair. I'll hang myself. Another chair. As opposed... What?
Grab this chair. The other chair. My other chair.
What am I to do? Look in the mirror. And she says... Okay, what am I supposed to do?
That's my chair. I'm sorry, that's terrible.
Okay, well, where am I supposed to go? The cafe literally manifested, or didn't manifest, it disappeared. Oh, the Hofburg. I don't think I ever went to the Hofburg, which annoys me.
Is that where the bombing happened? The bombing in Strasbourg?
Well, this would be Vienna, not Strasbourg, so I don't...
There you go. I was thinking
But it's because we went to...
Hofburg looks similar to that section where he shoots across the street into the window when the bomb goes off.
I don't think any of that film takes place in Vienna.
No, that's probably true.
So I don't know what
It
you're
just looks
talking.
like it.
Well, okay, it's European.
No,
That's what you're talking about. Because the only palace we ever visited was the one whose name always escapes me.
Segovia? Oh, Schönbrunn.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's fun, but...
I thought you were talking... In Spain, we had Segovia.
Well, that doesn't... I don't know, there was palaces. There was a castle. Slightly different.
Is it though?
Well, yes, a palace is a different...
Well,
than a
yeah,
castle.
I suppose that's true.
Castle is technically a military installation, first and foremost.
The palace...
An incomplete theory. Well, read some No. I thought I was clicking on a bookshelf. Read some... Well, then go! You didn't let me... Okay, woman. This game isn't making the point. Women can't
You're
be
domestic.
trusted.
Go home.
Go. I want to go home, but I'm hungry. Now I don't know what to eat.
What do you want? It's not that simple.
She won't go in here. Goodness me, what does this woman want? See, to the market. This is the market. And then I don't know where to go. She wants food, but I don't know how to get her food. The cafe up and disappeared like Dracula's castle. What am I supposed to do? Market. Is this seriously the only part of the market that exists? Now you're getting snippy at me. Okay. The game is secretly goading me into being misogynist. Or am I supposed... Is this meant to be a... She's going to say, I can't go in there. Well, freaking get over it. The fact that the game is commentating on my... Oh, it's a... So it was one of those, you can't solve the puzzle until you know you need to solve the puzzle kind of things.
You can't grab
You
the
can't
ladder
pick
until you
that up
know
until
you
you
need a
need it.
ladder. You have to go over there to that hole and go, I need a ladder to get down there.
All right. I can't help but feel like the game should give me a little more credit. It's sort of acting like I'm a dunce. My father gave me his clothes so I could do the job.
Wait a minute. You ain't my father.
What?
That's Pinocchio. Come on.
Okay, but that wasn't the same reference, so you threw me. Oh, dearie me. Well, math, you like it?
How about math?
I actually do.
She's going to
like
put
it
on
to a
this suit,
reasonable
and then
amount.
all of a sudden she's going to think of the answer because it's a magic suit.
Because it's... Well, no, because she's dressed like a man.
Wow.
If the game's gonna goad me into misogyny, I'll gladly oblige. Anyways. Coat, jacket, trousers, tie. Do I have to put them
Getting, like, Inspector Gadget 2 vibes from this.
on? Inspector Gadget 2. What's that?
Exactly.
There was a sequel?
Yes. And it was so much hot trash, I can't even describe it.
Well, the first one was only good in a kind of...
Zany.
Yeah.
Like, everything's got a bit of a,
Why not wear my
the
pork pie?
mask kind of a vibe.
Sure. But I mean, the mask is, I think, in that same category.
Yes,
it's like,
I
it's
agree.
good because of how weird it is. All right,
The
am I a
second
man?
one lost all
Oh,
of
wait, hang on. I put the jacket on before the shirt. Can't even get dressed properly. Don't think that fits the outfit. Oh, okay then. Can I look in the mirror? I can't get out of here. She won't wear anything else. Do I have to wear more? Oh, a top hat. Okay. Thank you. Well, anyways. So, yeah, math, how about it?
Well, Like I said, I like geometry.
Wait, hang on. Why did I put it on? Duh, change. Change! Yes. Now let's have a look in the mirror. Ernst. Well, okay. If I saw that person, I would think that was a woman. I mean, sure, sharply dressed, but that's not... I mean, I suppose...
She's taking sides of her hair and building sidebars.
The culture of the day would have been like, she's wearing a suit. A woman wouldn't do that. I suppose that's not as true today, but...
He's wearing a dress. A man wouldn't... Well, never mind.
I spoke too soon. Those are not spaghetti straps.
No, you're right. I didn't look that.
You were just seeing what you wanted to see.
Wow. You didn't see because you didn't wish to see. Ah. That makes her a woman, doesn't it?
Alright, well, it's raining. Well, let's hope. So the cafe materializes when I need it. It's Schrodinger's cafe. And yes, come on. Into... Oh! Okay, so that's an odd mechanic. Can I do this at any time? I can take off my clothes and become a woman again? Woman again, will be woman again. Alright. Yes, because this guy remembers a face. Alright. Maybe he'll shout. Alright. Well, you got any commentary to add? Because otherwise, we're just going to let the game be silent at us. I thought the math thing we'd get more out of, but you haven't actually picked up the bait.
I already said that I wasn't certainly the one to plunge into the deep end on that end.
Well, give us a number.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I stopped at trig. I was not... Oh, no, I'm sorry. Was it trig? What's the one in between calculus and trig?
I don't think... there's pre-calculus. But...
No, it must have just been calculus then. But then I stopped there.
Oh, okay, so it's too early in the morning.
To do calculus? Yes.
See, calculus was...
Hot trash.
No, I liked calculus.
Really? Why?
Because it is... What? She's now pontificating about the notions of identity and stuff. Change. Keeps talking about change. Yeah, see, that still looks like a woman, but... What? Well, who's this guy? How are you? How are you? Why is he so stuttery? What? Well, perhaps. Will this give me away? I don't know. What? Okay, no, that does seem awfully arbitrary, madam. The thing about calculus is that it's oddly straightforward, which is not the same thing as being easy. Like, I wouldn't call it simple by any means, but it is straightforward in that
by
so long as you know
to
the
even
rules.
Geometry,
well, no, obviously it's one of the most complex forms of math, but so long as you know the rules, it's relatively. I say straightforward because it doesn't make it easy to do, but like there's guidelines. It says, okay, in this situation, do this. They're sort of fractal, and it's like, okay, in this situation, do this, unless this is also true. Yeah, but unless this is also true, it's like you have to. It's sort of like following a super complicated guidebook. It's like, oh, see also page 4. Oh, see also page 6. See also page 20. It's like, okay, if this is true, but this is not true, you have to do this. But if this and this are true, you have to do that. It's complicated, but again, if you follow the rules, it's straightforward. Is the best word I can use. In that the path is always the same. Following it is not inherently easy, but the path is the same every time.
I think the thing because that's when they introduced sine, cosine and tangent, right, in calculus?
No, that's a trigonometric thing.
Oh, maybe it was true.
I mean, that's calculus is based off of all the math that comes before it. Is this the man? So this is the guy telling dumb jokes. What? Oh gosh, I don't like you, sir. I'm leaving. Your jokes are terrible. Well, let's hope. So yeah, because the thing is, anyone who's taken an engineering course knows that if all you have to do is calculus, you're lucky. Because again, the rules are clear.
Whereas most of the time you guys are
when in engineering, calculus is the language of your problem.
Yeah.
It is not the solution to your problem. You first have to come up with how to solve the problem, and then you use calculus to do it.
Well, so how do you come up with a solution?
You just have to like
intuition.
Think about it. No, it's basically just you have to set up models and test. It's like, okay, what appear to be the rules that govern these relationships? Oh, it seems like it runs off of this. Let's test it. Oh, yeah, it does. Okay, now we can do it.
Now we can prove it with calculus that also runs off.
I'm here to see the folks as they hear us yet.
Here to see the Pope.
Okay. We've got a new Pope. All right, can I come in here now? Can I?
I'm afraid they need a new radius.
Can I, quarreling couple, can I get involved in their quarrel?
They're arguing. Wow, how astute.
Uh-oh. Okay, well this is...
She noticed me.
There's going to be a subplot about me having an affair. It's you!
What?
Would I like some coffee? How do you take your coffee?
Me, personally?
See, my option's not in here, because I would go no milk, but a slight dash of sugar.
I do no milk, 6 sugars. Yes, I know, I'm gonna die.
Well, then we're taking it black, I guess. I mean, I can do a black coffee, but black coffee necessitates high-quality coffee.
Yeah, that's true.
And a lot of it isn't. I tried espresso for the first time
today. You're trying to say that she hasn't drank coffee at all before this?
Well, maybe. They won't serve a woman coffee. A fabulous mustache. It's not what I clicked on, by the way. I clicked on his cigarette, but... Can I... No, I already had coffee. Get out of here. Please tell me I didn't say that to the man. Please tell me I said it to the man! Alright, that time he deserved to groan at me. That was dumb. Alright, here we go. Yeah, have you ever had espresso? I had espresso for the first time today.
Okay.
We have an espresso machine at work now, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'll try it.
So I tried Red Bull, and I really like Red Bull.
Well, I was a little surprised. I was like, oh, wow, this has far more of a kick. Because coffee is not something I usually drink for, like, oh, I need the energy.
Yeah, pour over significantly.
But this, I was like, oh, okay, I actually feel this for the first time. I don't know. It was interesting. I was surprised at how much of a difference the whole steamed milk thing makes. Because I would have thought, what difference can it make? You know, it's just hot milk. But it's a textural thing. So you gonna help me out on that one either?
No. Well,
I'm lobbing out plenty of these options. You ain't picking up any of the things. She keeps making dumb puns. This is an empty seat. Why can't I sit in it?
Can we not solve the problem? How about
is that what I have to do first? I'm going to show up early. Problem of the week. And I'm going to solve it before anyone gets here. See, this also seems like the kind of thing... You'd think that this kind of a group would be easier to facilitate these days, and I'm sure it is, but does it happen in the same way?
Does what happen in the same way?
Like, are there math groups that just get together to discuss math? I mean, I guess there must be, but I don't know. There's a certain degree of romance to the, like, we actually come together to this place and do them at the same time together rather than... I don't know. Maybe this is me wishing I lived in 1900s Vienna.
Well, I think that...
Or being part of some random obscure academic society.
Back when academic societies were a thing, I mean, now it's just a bunch of...
They are a thing, but back when they were worse.
No, but they were... Yeah, I was about to say they were actually a thing before. Now it's just like...
Well, then solve it, woman!
What do you guys do with that?
What in the name? Well, yes, pi is equal to 3.14. Surely we all know this. Yes, thank you for demonstrating that pi is equal to 3.14. Okay, what do you want from me, game? I'm confused. I'm lost.
Oh boy, he's cracked. He's lost it. Do you have to go back slightly on that
I
last?
can't.
No. Go.
What?
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's what happens when I push that.
So forward.
Forward. Well, you go too slow.
Forward. No.
This is it. This is 3.14.
Little closer. No, you're too close.
Oh, I had to go all the way to the edge until the line showed up.
So stupid.
Hang on, are you telling me you didn't know 3.14? What?
Okay.
You're telling you what? Okay, woman, if you don't know that pi is 3.14, you're not a mathematician.
Well, apparently none of these people are, because this is a very
to,
difficult problem to solve.
Are we seriously going to act as though this woman solved pi? Because, like, Pythagoras knew about pi. This is, like, the earliest geometric problem. I have to look this up. Are they basing this off of a real person? Because they can't.
Is this a different? No.
Well, I don't know.
Pythagoras was obviously
there
the
a woman named
theorem, but
what is her name? Emma Reichenbach. Reichenbach. Oh, come on! Don't make me prove I'm not a robot. The Euler method. So she does not appear to be a real person. So what they're gonna undersell their point if this is the only contribution she has, is like, I know how to determine pi. I mean, it's like unless, I suppose, perhaps could be a bit of Dunning-Kruger myself, where it's like, maybe I think I know more about pi than I actually do, and maybe pi wasn't truly formalized until recently. But I don't think that's the case. Gernot Zahler. Wow. Welcome to our club. Welcome to our club. Oh, here's this guy. So can I sit somewhere? I probably shouldn't jump straight into this. Well, you would reject all of my attempts at conversation. You don't want to talk about math. You don't want to talk about espresso. You want to talk about
I don't know
misogyny.
Espresso that well because... Wow, what? Talk about the roots of misogyny? I think not. I'm...
Robert Koch. Now that's an actual person from history.
I don't like espresso all that much. I mean, it's effective. I mean, it's not like it's not.
You don't like the taste of it
to me, but no.
Well, you gonna explain yourself?
Not particularly. I mean, it's just.
Well, no. This is the root of our problem. It's just no, no,
no. I don't know. I mean, obviously.
What don't you like about it?
By comparison to just pour over, or by comparison to what I normally drink, which is tea? I mean...
Well, on its own metrics, how about that?
It's just stiff. Like, really...
Well, that's kind of the whole point of it, is that it's obviously more potent.
Which is useful.
Which is why you drink less of it.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it's useful. It's just...
Alright, now I can talk to you about my theory. After I've buttered you up. Oh, never mind. He's too buttered up. He's lubed. He's greased up and I can't catch him.
Don't talk like that, Mr. Shill. He's an elusive greased pig.
It's a nary an animal alive that can outrun a greased Scotsman. Alright, well... Alright, so he's just the kind of guy who talks over people incessantly. Well, I can shout, Mr. Krabs! I want to talk about my theory!
Yeah, Mr. Zero. What is his name?
I would like to talk about my theory! Fine. See, he's a butthurt guy. Functions of change in conjunction with time and states. No offense, madam, but that sounds like some Star Trek level science. Just the Rasmusketer and the quantum fusionator. Does it? It's almost as if you wouldn't deal with me before. What? I don't like this guy. He's dumb. Okay, I'm gonna talk to the stoner. What's up, Shaggy? Like Zoinks, Jack. I see right through your disguise.
This bot's making it real easy.
I don't even like math. Rauch? Really? Herr Rauch is the man who smokes? That's... I'm guessing they're banking on the fact that most people who play this wouldn't speak German, but still. Come on.
I called him Fuma earlier, so I mean.
Well, no, okay. Rauch is the German word for smoke,
which is Fuma is the Spanish word for smoke, so it's the same.
I just thought you were making something up.
No, I was basically using the same metric. Just. Who's that over there? Mr. Smoke. How original.
What's your feel? I mean, again, if they're assuming you don't speak another language, which is probably number theory, I'm not going to do puns. Forget enough about you. Let's talk about me. I'm looking for help, because this guy's a twit. Functions of change in conjunction with time and state. See, I don't even know what that would mean. Functions of change in conjunction with time and states. Like, I'm using my limited mathematic study.
And then I'll pants a woman!
I don't know what this could mean. Functions of change. Isn't that any function over time? States. States of what? I mean, there was an element of... I forget the specific name of that kind of math, but it's essentially the kind of math you use a lot in lab work, where it's essentially like the math you use for data acquisition. And I never liked that.
Data acquisition.
As in, because you're sampling, if you're using instruments to measure things, you have to take into account the sampling rate, which essentially means the functions you use can't just be mathematical functions, they also have to reflect the nature of the measurements you take, because otherwise you'll get skewed. I never liked lab work for that very reason. So it's like, I just want to do the math. That's one of the reasons why I like calculus, is because it's the last form, it's the last stop on straightforward math. Where it's like, once you get past that, okay, now they're still going to let me have the option to say the pun after the thing I'm punning off of has already been said. Hey, you know that thing you said earlier? I just thought of a pun.
Your field of expertise... No.
So he's just going...
My field of expertise is weed!
Who can I talk to then? Well, okay, so you're the only guy I can talk to, eh?
He seems like a...
Well, he's
fruit. I was gonna think of something more clever, and it just didn't.
See, I was gonna wonder, are they gonna have that? Is that gonna be a subplot where he falls in love with me because he thinks I'm a man, but then secretly I'm a woman? I'm gonna turn him straight.
Seems like a relatively healthy-looking fruit.
Stefan Ninner. Ninner. That's, I don't know. Yes. Mathematicians. Okay, I want to discuss my... There you go. Well, here.
Talk about some of those notes.
Got a question about the pothead. What's he doing?
Oh, we just gonna sit around here talking about how much pot he's smoking.
I mean, Ralph, I guess taciturn is one way to describe what he is. He also seems blitzed. He wasn't always. He actually is quite brilliant, except when he's on the hooch. All right, tell me about Prickles. See, the founder of the radius, does he have a stick up him? What's the radius of the stick in his butt?
As far as I know, Ziegler needs some friends. So he started it.
He was a lonely man. Okay, buddy, this is a lot.
They started by hotboxing in this room.
Verm? That's a name for you. Knee-kicking Verm. No, well. What about math, of course. Alright, I don't care about these other men, I just want to get to my theories. Why is he here then if he's a doctor? Oh, yeah, I presume they mean, okay, in the classic academic sense. Well, that's a very strange attitude.
Now we just don't care.
He used to write swear words on his head, but that got old.
Draw a bunch of penises on his back.
His wife got mad. Change states in these kinds of functions. Well, that's slightly more helpful. Okay, so he's the only one. Well, none of the others did want to help me. You're the only one who even let me give my opinion. Okay. Alright, so I suppose I need to know about this. Well, last time we had a whole conversation about painting and the theories behind it. And
I warned you that math wasn't going to be my forte.
Talk about geometry then.
I enjoy... The reason I like geometry so much is because
shapes.
And I've said
can see
that you can see. No, that is true. I enjoy math that can actually be demonstrated in the physical world.
Is she a chaos theorist? She's talking about probability of states depending on currents. Okay, that makes more sense. What? So she's setting forth the butterfly effect.
So there you go. She didn't just do pi. She did the pi and the butterfly effect.
Well, thank goodness, yeah. Maybe I should look into that. Maybe, because, I mean, maybe we knew close to what pi was, but obviously pi being an infinite number, maybe the discovery of, its exact value was a fairly recent thing. I don't know. Because I know that it was common for some period to consider pi as denoted by 22 divided by 7, which is slightly more than 3, thus it's close to 3.15. I found something. Well, then say something. Wow, this dude's an absolute tool bag. Okay, so I've talked to everybody. Can I just sit down now, I guess? What? Oh, but... Why is this something worth commenting on? Wow. She's commenting on your fat...
I got some pictures of you too.
I will stuff you all in the crust. Okay, so I found something, but she won't actually do anything about it. What am I supposed to say? Am I supposed to talk to him about it? He's the only guy who's nice.
Neener.
Okay.
Take care.
I don't know that to do.
Take care of that button you may have. Whatever it is, take care of it.
Okay, well...
Oh, dear me. That was intending to slip out cautiously.
Thank you for your contribution to the comedic timing. Okay, so I found something. Does this just mean I'm supposed to leave? Like, do I go home and do work on my own, or... Okay, bye now. I've talked to everybody I could.
They're gonna stop you as you head out the door.
Well, no one had help. Oh, okay, good. Well, who knows? But anyways. Is that it, then? About geometry? It's just that it's...
No, I mean, I enjoyed the
thing is,
specifically with Pythagoras and the idea that he tried to use the harpsichord to actually make proper scales based on mathematical.
Well, I was gonna say the thing that's interesting
equality.
About geometry, and we discussed this in the other one, is that it is the fact that it is sort of like a math philosophy mix. Which is interesting because, of course, Pythagoras was also a philosopher as much as a mathematician.
Yeah,
and it's one of the few forms of math that begins with axioms.
Sure, that's one of the things I did find effective about it. In school, I remember the other thing I found that I liked about it, and comes as a surprise to many, is that I actually enjoyed the proofing. A lot of people are like, "I hate that part. I've already done the work." I'm like, "Yeah, but now you can show that."
Yeah, it's
correct.
Essentially just it's adding.
It's adding an element of almost like not debate, but a bit of a.
No, well, it's I don't know exactly how to describe
rhetoric,
it. I feel like I understand the position, but I don't know why.
It's a I don't know. There's something enjoyable about it. It's a bit zen.
Well, because I would say that there's an element of what? Okay, that was a strange interaction. But because there is something, even in calculus, it's like, not to say that it's not quite the same thing as proofs, but I do appreciate when I'm trying to understand a problem and not just solve it.
Right.
Which is, of course, those are two different things. I do find it helpful to write out every single step.
Right.
Because a lot of times when you're solving it, you can be like, okay, I can do multiple operations at once, so you just jump to the next line and you know what you did.
What's nice is it's a bit like having an undo button on a computer where it's
exactly, because then you can really track. I guess that's what it is. It's essentially a sort of meditation on the concept itself, which helps enforce your understanding of it. Right.
So that in that way, I liked it. I also
just realized that I have probably been off mic this whole time.
No. The other thing I think I enjoy about it is that it just seems far more practical to me, I suppose. I know that obviously basic mathematics as far as PEMDAS and that kind of stuff. You'd be astonished
at what you could do with calculus.
I'm sure I would, but
I guess it's not the things you could do are probably things you wouldn't care to do.
That's the thing. Calculus gets into the abstract, and I just go, there's
not. Yes, but obviously all math reflects the real world.
Yes, I know that, but I think that on a mathematical level, I would rather...
What? A... T... X... I have no clue. ATX. I don't X. How about that? Every change occurs with respect to given. Well, duh. F of X, of course. See, the question will be, I don't know how deep they're going to go with the actual math in this, because if they have her being like, oh, I've invented something that's like, okay, that's not as revolutionary. Again, maybe it's a more historical thing, but I feel like math we've had a fairly... Why? Oh, just in case it's someone...
Go out as...
Well, no, don't have to go out. It says I have to change. Or am I still technically in my... Okay. Oh, I took my coat off, but I was still dressed as a man. Alright, sorry. Sorry it took so long. What? Oh, okay. I have no clue how long this is going to be, because the other one we went over time too the first time we did this, because the episodes are of indeterminate length. So,